Morning, everybody. Welcome to Malibu. It's hot out of nowhere today, so we're rocking the AC in the stock Honda Prelude. My friend had one of these Honda Preludes in college. This is a 2000, right?
It's a 2000, yeah.
I say college. I meant high school. And these were the coolest cars in the late 90s and early 2000s. They were actually very hard to get. I wanted to get one, and they told me it was a 6-month wait to get one. And so this is Dan, and thank you for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
And I literally haven't driven one since I was in high school. And so tell me about your Prelude.
So it's an almost completely stock 2000 Prelude. All I've done is basic maintenance, and I put a cat back on it. And
That's it.
EBC brake pads and Motul brake fluid.
That's it.
That's
okay, so we're going in a little mostly time machine.
Yeah.
And there, you said there, and you were right, there's a little vibration idle, possibly bad motor mount.
Yep.
No big deal. We're going to go up Piuma, a nice handling road. And so this is the H22 4-cylinder.
It is indeed, yeah.
And very free revving engine.
Mm-hmm.
These things, when they were newer, I think just about 30 grand. High 20s.
27 to 32,
yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
I remember my budget at the time was around 28.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Honda, just immediately, what a great shifter.
Yeah.
Just crisp, and it's not, it's not that it's special, but it's that it's just the basics of thought
The one
out.
thing the previous owner did was a new transmission.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
New gearbox?
Yep.
Well, this thing has 195,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Still feels pretty tight.
Yeah.
What are these going for today, if you don't mind me asking?
So I got this for 28.
100?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is so much more than $2,800 worth of car.
Yeah.
It really is.
I was pretty lucky with this buy.
Well, bad motor mount accepted. Once you start, revving it, that goes away. And VTEC kicked in, rock.
So
I probably could have cleared that, but
exactly 5,200 every time is when you'll get VTEC. So
yes, there it is.
yeah.
VTEC just kicked in, yo. But the shifter is so crisp, and the clutch is so light.
It's all easy.
Yeah, it's all easy.
Yeah.
It's got good engagement. I actually really like the sound of the engine. I think these Hondas sound pretty cool.
I picked this catback because it was a little low-end sound. So for driving around town, it makes it a little nicer.
It's like a little rumblier.
A little rumblier, and then it still sounds like VTEC at the top end. So
it doesn't. It's complimentary to the car, I would say.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't remember the suspension being this floaty. It's
a little floaty, but it holds.
It rides well.
Yeah,
I imagine it's great on the highway.
Double wishbone on all four corners. So
yeah, double wishbone is a good setup, and I'm only recently learning the intricacies of different suspension setups. But the double wishbone, as you load it up in a corner, the camber doesn't change nearly as much as the standard McPherson strut.
Yeah.
And because of that setup, you can generally run like a softer spring, and you can have a better ride quality and still have the handling, because when it loads up, that camber works with you a lot better.
Which might be some of that floatiness that you feel. Yeah.
It could be. Could also be your shocks.
Yeah, I might lower it at some point. It's high right now. It could go an inch and it would still look fine.
Yeah,
and it
you
wouldn't
could
rub
definitely
or
drop it a
anything,
little bit and you'd be okay. VTEC now. There's the VTEC. Your brake pedal is nice and tight. You said pads fluid, right?
Pads fluid, yeah.
Yeah, lines too, or just pads and fluid?
Just pads and fluid, yeah.
Well, it works. Your brake pedal is nice, firm feeling. These are cool, man. I loved this car so much when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And my friend who had one was, the worst driver. He had no idea how to rev match or anything. And somehow the car survived all of that. They're practically unkillable.
So yeah, when I was looking, it was basically I want something that can keep up with my friend's Miatas in the canyon, but would be fine around town in LA.
Yeah, well, you've got a nice balance.
Yeah,
between,
and it has been that totally. It's great.
And like these gauges, like the Honda gauges, it looks almost exactly the same as the NSX, actually.
Yeah.
Big tack, big speedo, fuel, temperature, that's it. And with these cars, you don't really have to worry about much beyond that.
No.
Nope. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one bump right there where it's like, is it gonna bottom out?
Yeah.
What tires do you have on here?
They're Falcon ZX 912s, all seasons.
Do you like them?
they're quiet. I'd like to get better tires.
Yeah. Well, they talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a little squeal there before I got any understeer. So, you know, if you're gonna have an all season, having an all season that does talk to you properly is good.
Yeah. They're known as being a good, really good dry all season with good, decent wet too. Terrible ice, but doesn't matter here.
You see that park ranger eyeing me up there? It's because I was in a Prelude. That's why. Whee! I love that carousel.
That's a fun turn.
It is. It's not bad. What did this make? About 200 horsepower when it was new?
200, like 170 wheels.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to remind me, this is not a Type SH, right?
No. So the only difference really with the Type SH is the ATTS kind of traction control / differential system they put in for the front wheels.
And you got better wheels and tires,
yeah.
I think, and you got a wing.
You did get a wing.
Was that about it?
Yeah, that's it. It's the same drivetrain, same engine, things like that.
I don't remember why I wanted the Type SH that badly. I don't think it was that different, and yet
it was these wheels. I bought these are SH wheels that I bought, and I like these wheels. They came with the tires for $100.
Yeah, there you go.
I traded my old tires and wheels and got these, and they were brand new tires and these wheels.
It's a really great revving little motor. You know, it loves to be up high in the power band. It loves to take abuse.
And people turbo these, they supercharge them.
Yeah. I wish I could get, I bet if you could find a faster steering rack for this thing, because I got to do a lot of steering.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there's another Honda that
maybe some
has
other
a tighter
Honda,
one. Yeah.
I mean, these Hondas are there. We say it all the time. They're like Legos.
Yeah.
So you might be able to just swap something in. I don't know if you care enough to go swapping your steering rack around, but I feel like maybe the last Civic Si I drove might have been a little quicker.
Yeah.
Maybe or a little quicker steering. Maybe the hatchback one. That one I think had maybe a quicker ratio, or Acura RSX maybe, or something like that. I don't know. I would maybe look into that, because you could get like a much sharper turn in out of this thing,
right? If
you had a little more action out of the movement of the wheel, But these cars are still, oh man, they're still cool. It makes me want to kind of want to go buy one as a beater, honestly. Like, if you're looking for a fun little beater, these are great.
I'd like to autocross it at some point, because it's, with a tighter rack especially, it would be such a fun auto car.
Yeah. With the right shock and spring setup and like a quick rack. Maybe even you can get like an Integra Type R rack, or one of those from Japan or something. Like, someone's got to make something, because the chassis itself is really good. And the power delivery is really good, and the inputs are good. You gotta, and it's good. Like, there's a drinking game where every time I say on center, so it's got like good feel and good feedback. It requires a lot of motion.
So in I think 1997, Road and Track did a best handling car under $50,000.
Yeah, I remember that.
This one. It won like 3 years in a row in that contest.
I feel like this did win, and then it was unseated by the CL Type S.
Really?
At some point, yeah.
Huh, that's a weird thing to...
At some point, I have a recollection of the CL Type S being best front-wheel drive, best handling front-wheel drive car they tested. And I think it was just after this.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2001 or 2.
They're talking about how, like, a Miata I think Miata got second, and that's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
This just does exactly what it says you're going to do every time you turn the wheel. It doesn't bite back, it doesn't betray you, it just does it.
There's 8,000 RPM red line. That's great. Some people who watch this video might think I'm kind of pussyfooting it. Truth be told, I'm full throttle.
No.
There's a lot of full throttle happening here.
Yeah.
But if you're a kid, or how old are you?
24.
Okay.
That's my first car ever.
Is it really your first car ever?
Yeah, I've been driving for years, but I've never needed a car until I got to LA, and then I bought it like a week after I got here.
Yeah, this is a good balance of affordability, reliability, efficiency, fun.
Yeah.
There's a big aftermarket for them.
I get 26 to the mile on
Do
on
you
the
really?
highway.
26
yeah.
miles a gallon?
Yeah.
For a car with 195,000 miles on
That's
it.
sitting at 4,000 RPM every time I'm on the highway because it just revs high. So.
And it's, how many miles were on it when you bought it?
Probably 5,000 less, like 190.
Yeah, so basically it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I think it's impressive that there are practically no squeaks or rattles or anything like that. The dashboard and all that doesn't have a whole lot of wear on it. Maybe these plastics a little bit. But for a car that's 15 years old and has this kind of mileage on it, it's unbelievably tight.
Yeah.
I mean, it really,
so.
really is tight. I think you bought the right car.
Yeah.
It's good. The shifter's great.
Those Honda shifters are just amazing.
They have for years made the best shifters in the business.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about the gated stuff, but that's a different
animal,
kind of level. It's just they during this period, 2000.
Oh, the Honda Acura game was on
game
fucking
was
point.
so tight. And I don't want to, it's funny, people like us, enthusiasts, think that they went downhill after that.
Yeah.
But the truth is, they actually make a lot more money now.
Oh, I'm sure they do, yeah.
Selling crossovers.
But the DC2, the NSX, the SI, the CRX, like all that stuff.
Yeah, at one point, they had like 7 enthusiast cars.
Oh, it was, yeah.
And now they have maybe 1.
And they all have
look
these good
at that. Your air conditioning is so cold,
vapor.
it is cranking vapor out of the dash.
I wasn't messing around. It's a really good
it's a cold
AC,
air conditioning. Dude, $2,800?
Yeah. And
then how much more money did you have? Did you fix some things or that it?
I probably put another $500 in it.
Dude.
Yeah.
What a great $3,000 car this is. That's awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a fun, economical, reasonably practical, comfortable, these things are dope.
Yeah.
They're as good as I remember them being in high school, actually. I really, I remember it being faster because I was a kid.
Sure, yeah.
But no, it's great.
I mean, you can put 350, 400 through these engines and they'll do it, but as soon as I do that, every bit of Honda reliability is gone.
No, just drive it like it is, and then you'll probably be able to sell it for $2,800.
Exactly, yeah, totally.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.